Welcome. In this session, we will get an overview of different Azure storage services, including Blob, files, queue, and table storage options. And we will also explore their use cases. So let's get started. Now, let's start with Blob storage. Well, Blob storage is designed for storing unstructured data like text, images, videos, and backups. It's highly scalable and support large files with high availability, making it perfect for use cases such as media storage or backup. Now, what will be the use case of this? It is perfect for large volume of your backup and media data. Well, the blob stands for binary large objects. It's in the name. So remember, all your music files, photographs, images, photographs, same thing, movies, all of that is a blob. The next type is file storage. Well, file storage provides managed file shares that can be accessed using the SMB protocol. It's great for lift and shift application kind of a use case that need shared file storage across multiple virtual machines. So, what is the perfect use case? It is perfect for lift and shift of the application or application data, or shared file storage. Also, you can use it to migrate your on-prem file structure to cloud. Next is queue. Well, queue storage enables you to store message queues, facilitating communication between different application components. It's ideal for decoupling and scaling cloud application. So the best use case is the task or scheduling of the task where two or multiple applications must be involved, but you don't want them to actually connect directly. You want it to be decoupled so that every application can perform at its own pace and still they can share or exchange data. Think of queue as a buffer area where one application will store the data and the other application will take it, all asynchronously. The next is table. Well, table storage is a NoSQL key value store designed for structured data with flexible schema requirements. It's scalable and efficient for handling large amount of data, such as logs or configuration data. The best use case will be for logs or config data and even other structured data. But remember, with table storage, you cannot create relational databases. No. So these were all the use cases. Now let's go to the lab and check out how we can create a storage account and how we can create all these storage types. All right, welcome to your next lab. And this lab is for Azure Storage Services. Remember, we are not going to configure the advanced settings for our Azure Storage account. That will be a next lab. But in this one, we will explore some of the storage services offered by Azure. So let's go to our portal and let me just search for Azure Disk. This is like one kind of storage service offered by Azure. And they simply call it disk. Now, I already have one virtual machine running in my environment, and this disk actually belongs to that machine. But you can actually create your own independent disk and then attach it to a virtual machine later on. This disk can be for operating system or just your user data. So how to create a disk? Let's go ahead and click on Create. Select your resource group, and I will call it Demo Disk. Now, you can also opt for high availability. You can create replicas in 3 zones. But for this demo, only one instance is good enough. Source type. Now, where are you getting your content from? Is it from a VM snapshot? So if you click that, then this disk will have the VM instance loaded on it. It will act like a virtual machine disk or operating system disk. Or you can also save your storage blob data on it. Or it's just a disk. You can also do that. Like you can extract the data from other disks if you want. For me, I will just keep it empty. That means none. I'm not going to copy any data. It will be an empty disk. Now, what will be the size? Well, size also dictates the amount of space as well as the performance. So if you click here, you can select different sizes and performance tiers. For the cheapest one, you can select standard hard drive. And if you want high efficiency and speed, you can select premium SSDs. Let's say I'll go with standard hard drive. Then you can select your disk size as well as the provided IOPS, input-output operations per second. I'll go with just 32. Yes, I'm going with the slowest disk here. Remember, this is just a lab. Next. Now, remember all the data at rest, whether it is in the disk or your blob storage, at rest it needs to be encrypted. So you only have two choices. Do you want to maintain the encryption key or do you want Microsoft to take care of it? I will say platform managed key because we are not learning encryption here. Now, do you want your disk to be accessible via public network? Or do you want public access to be enabled? You can. Or you can actually disable public access and enable just private access. You can also do that. Or you can actually disable the public as well as private both, which means you want to protect this environment, this disk, and you might be using it for just data archival. It depends on the situation. Now, nothing on advanced. You don't have to make any changes here. You can add tags, but it's okay. We can move forward to create a disk. So we're just focusing on the storage solution right now. As you can see, the disk is ready. Now, we can go to our virtual machine. If you click on it, then go to Settings, where is Disk? Settings and Disk. As you can see, there's only one disk attached. That is your operating system disk. You can actually add a data disk as well. You can create a new one and then attach it, or you can attach an existing disk which we created. If we go back to our machine, this is the machine I RDP to it. As you can see, there is no additional data disk right now. Only operating system and a temporary disk by Azure. So let's click on Attach Existing Disk. Well, which one? This one we created. We'll select that. And if you want caching, you can actually do read or read and write caching on it, but I don't want to use this disk or caching feature. So click on Apply. Perfect, it's done. Now, to apply this disk, you do not have to shut down your machine. You can apply it on a machine which is already running. So let's go back and check. Do you see the disk here? Not really. Well, because you also have to finish the process of disk initialization and also format it. So let's go to computer management. Basically, we want to go disk management. So let it open. Perfect. Disk management. And here it is. So it recognized the new disk and it's telling you that you need to initialize it. This is the one. 32 gig. So let's right click on it and click on new sample volume. Next, next. I'm okay with the drive letter. I can change the name. I can say data disk. Click next, perform a quick format. Click next, finish. All right, and here we go. That disk is attached. So you created it manually and then attached it with the machine. So this is how easy it is to create extra storage disk for your compute environment. Now let's move back. Can we remove this disk? Of course. You can actually remove it, or you can delete it, or you can also take a snapshot if you have some data which you want to preserve or backup. You can also delete it. So remember, before deleting it, you must detach it from the machine. Now let's go to our storage account. So there are other storage services as well, or solutions you can say. So I will create a storage account. To click it, click create, select your resource group, and give your storage account a unique name. NITASA. I will make it in Canada Central, primary service. So what are you going to do? Well, you can say Azure Files and select standard performance. Premium gives you lowest latency and highest performance possible, but it will be super expensive. So I'll select that. Now, file share billing, pay-as-you-go file share billing. This is good enough. Now, do you want high availability? Not really. For the demo, I am okay with locally redundant storage. That means it will create 3 replicas in a local data center. Click next. No need to change anything in advance. Networking is fine. I want public access because I want to show you how to connect with it. Click next. This data protection I will remove. This simply means that if you delete your data or you delete your account, right? Well, your data will be preserved for extended time, maybe like 7 days. You can change it. And after waiting for 7 days, then your data will be removed permanently. And then you can delete your storage account. So basically, it makes sure that you don't accidentally delete your data. You have this feature on your phone as well. When you delete a picture, it goes to recycle bin for 30 days. But after I finish this lab, I want to delete the infrastructure immediately. And this is the only reason why I disable protection. Encryption is a must, so I will go with Microsoft Managed Keys. And that's it. When you click Create, your storage account will be created. All right, so it is deployed. Let's go to our storage account. And as you can see, it looks like a lot, but the storage account provides main 4 services, which you will see over here, data storage. So here you can have containers, file shares, queues, and tables. Rest, all the services are providing monitoring capabilities, insight capabilities, alert capabilities, security, networking, and so on. But this is where you save your data, storage service. So if I click on, let's say, containers, here you can create a container, demo, click create, and inside this container, you can upload your files. Now these files could be uploaded from your on-premises. So you just click here and select a file to upload. Similarly, you can create your file shares here, and you can upload your file share. And this file share will be shared over the network. So SMB protocol will be used. Now, you can also make this secure, which means the user actually have to go through AAA process or identity and management process. For that, you can click here, identity-based access, and configure who's providing you the identity, whether it is Microsoft Entra Domain Services or Active Directory Domain Services or just Microsoft Entra. Similarly, for queues, you can here create messaging queue, which might be used by your DevOps team, where they can configure two applications or more than two applications to talk to each other by using this queue as a buffer location to save data. And then you can also create tables where you can put structured but non-relational data. Remember, this is not the substitute for SQL database. It's not that capable. It only stores a simple, structured, non-relational database. That was your storage services in Azure. Azure do offer many other types of storage services as well. Like Data Lake Storage Gen 1. You will create this kind of storage if you have a huge database. Maybe you are building LLM solutions, large language model for AI. Then you need a storage to house a lot of data. Data Lake solution can actually help you there. So with this lab is also over. I hope now you know some of the storage solutions provided by Microsoft Azure. Thank you. Welcome back from the lab. Now I hope you know how easy it is to create your own storage account and how to implement all type of storage techniques. That is your table, queue, file, and blob. That is containers. Now, to recap, I will say blob storage is used for unstructured data. File storage is used for shared file access, creating a network file share structure using SMB protocols to retrieve the data. Queue storage is for messaging between two or more applications, while making sure that those applications are not interconnected. They can stay decoupled. And then the table storage is for scalable, no SQL data storage. Each service is optimized for different use case, ensuring that you can choose the best storage solution according to your business needs. So thank you for joining this episode. I will see you in the next episode. Stay tuned and take care.